My name is Alexandre Mahutte. I'm the director of Building a Nest. And hello to the Ninth Delhi Shorts International Film Festival.
So, how did you come up with the idea for this film?
Actually, it was what happened was I was contacted about a festival called the Latin Arte Film Festival that's in my hometown of Montreal. And I figured that I could just I could do something for that festival, like that I could advance my film career. And I thought, given that the house was a mess, that my house was a mess when I conceived of the idea, I figured that I could do a time lapse of my family members cleaning up the house, and it could be a lot of fun, and it could give the idea that sometimes you could do tough tasks in what appears to be no time.
And what was your drive behind making this film?
Oh, my drive behind making this film was to spread the message that I said just 2 seconds ago, that sometimes a tough task could be done in what appears to be no time. That's why that's why the film is in a time lapse.
What roadblocks did you face when you were starting out?
What roadblocks? My main roadblock was. My main roadblock was trying to find the right camera angles with because I had to use a broken tripod, so I had to figure out I had to figure out how to stabilize the camera in a way that looked good. And I also from shots I had to also for different shots I had to have different positions like that you could see what I was actually cleaning. And another major roadblock was that given that the tripod that I used was broken, so sometimes my camera would actually swing downwards, and it would miss crucial sections of the shot, and that was really annoying, and that wasn't something that I wanted.
Tell us about managing human and financial resources of this film production.
Well, the only financial resource that I really, as a matter of fact, the only thing that, the only financial resource that I really had to manage was I had to pay a company to do subtitles to do English subtitles for my movie, because the poet that I worked with for the Latin Arte Film Festival, she's French Canadian, so she wrote her poem in French, and I had to, for that festival, combine my film with her poem, and the poem was in French, so I couldn't. I didn't want to do like a disservice to her and redub the audio. Plus, she did a pretty good job recording her poem, anyways. Yeah, so I had to, in order to submit to a festival in Munich that I wanted to get into, Munich, Germany, I had to have English subtitles because my movie was in French. And it was the same thing with this festival. So I eventually found a company that did subtitles. I sent them my movie, and I paid something like 100 Canadian dollars to do the subtitles. But there was actually a mishap. And what happened was the company at one point had asked me whether or not whether or not I wanted the subtitles attached to the film, and I thought that that would be a permanent attachment. For example, if they did the subtitles in English, I wanted I was scared that that would leave the film permanently subtitled in English, but I wanted to, if possible, I wanted to have the possibility of translating into other languages like Spanish and Dutch or German, and so I told them that I didn't want the subtitles attached to the film. So I had expected them to I had expected them to write their own subtitles into my movie. But what I had unintentionally asked them to do was send me a transcript of the way they translated the poem. So when I found out that the subtitles were not when I found out that the subtitles were not attached to the movie, I freaked, because I figured that I didn't know how to add subtitles. But fortunately, I found an easy way around that. I just added them. I just copy pasted their translation onto iMovie, and I had that function as my English subtitles, and I thought that worked quite a bit with what I had.
Tell us about challenges you faced while shooting this film.
Well, the main challenge I faced while shooting the film was, as I said earlier, finding the right camera setups. And sometimes it was sometimes, as I said earlier, because of the broken tripod, the camera would fall over to one side, and I didn't want that.
How different were what you originally envisioned the film being, like how it eventually turns out?
Well, how the main difference was, I envisioned my family cleaning up my house, but it ended up just being my sister and I. So I figured it worked. I didn't have time to shoot to film my family in the end, but I figured it worked out just fine with my sister and I.
Tell us about the target audience of your film and USP of your film.
Well, anybody can watch it. Really, kids can watch it. Adults can watch it and enjoy it. And what makes my film, what really and to be honest, I haven't really studied other USP films, but I think what makes it. I think what makes it really unique is that that my musical score was actually composed on GarageBand, so yeah, not a lot of professional score, not a lot of I don't know a lot of film scores that are composed on GarageBand.
What are your promotion and distribution plans for this film?
Oh, at the moment, I just want to submit it to as many festivals as possible, and hope to get into as many festivals as possible and see what comes out of that.
Why should audiences watch this film?
Well, it's gonna inspire them, and I think it has a really inspirational message, and yeah, like it shows you that sometimes a seemingly hard task can be done in what appears to be no time.
Any message you want to give to emerging filmmakers?
Oh, you could like when there's a challenge that gets in your way, you could find a cheap way to and a cheap and efficient way to overcome it. For example, I didn't know what music to use, so I just created my own.